Hi everyone, my name is Veronica Chapman. I'm with Lewis and Clark After School Academy. Today for Civic U, we're talking about community service ideation. So with that, I'm going to share my screen with you all. Perfect, so community service ideation. This sounds like probably just a lot of long words to you. So what does it really mean? What question are we asking here? The question that's being asked is how can you positively impact your community right now? Right now, as in doing school from your home, not leaving the house very much. In our pandemic state, how can you begin making a positive impact on your community? To do this, first we're going to define community service. Community service is defined by voluntary work intended to help people in a particular area. This includes both big and small ideas and work. Most importantly, it's about areas you are passionate about or that are important to you. So for example, my friend wants to be a veterinarian when she grows up. So for that reason, she volunteers at an animal rescue each weekend to help increase that interest and also for her to learn more. So community service can be just as beneficial to you as it is that you're helping the community in. So for this next section, I'll need you to grab a few materials, as in just a loose leaf piece of paper and also a writing utensil, because I want us to be writing down as we're brainstorming together. So for this first brainstorm, we're going to be thinking of areas of improvement at your school, your neighborhood, Omaha, even Nebraska as a whole. Now, these can be areas of improvement that impact your life directly or that you just see are a problem in our city. So think as big or as small as you want, but just take a few moments to just write down. I suggest having a good list of 3 to 5 items. That way you have lots to go off of on our next step. Perfect. So once you complete that brainstorming, we are going to move on to examples for area of improvement that I came up with just for comparison and also maybe to build upon your own list. So that includes homeless people in the Omaha metro community, food insecurity at Lewis and Clark or your own school, pets without homes in the wintertime, littering in nature and parks, loneliness because of COVID-19 within elderly communities, and warm coats and gloves for all during wintertime. So I came up with my list by just thinking of areas that I interact with a lot during my day-to-day life here in our pandemic world, and also seeing issues that are important to me and things that I want to see that I can be able to make a positive impact on. So once you have added to your list and made sure you had lots of different options and directions you can go with it, we're doing our second half of brainstorming, asking the question of thinking of how you can positively impact these areas. So think specific solutions. So if your answer was, or your problem was littering in nature, you can't just make your answer stop littering. It's way too broad and just not able to be doable on the scale that you're working with. Instead, be thinking of direct things you're able to do within your community or school to stop littering, whether that be writing posters to encourage others to recycle or compost instead of throwing things out that are just going to end up in nature, or maybe having conversations with your friends or family about the importance of recycling and throwing away their trash. These are all ways of community service that often don't seem like it immediately. Next, think of connections and resources you could use to help your idea. So whether it's your softball team, your dance class, one of your favorite teachers, whatever those are, use these resources to continue the conversation, have other people join your team of support for community service, and just all in all, grow your idea to grow your impact. Now, this is one of my favorite quotes, so I always feel it's important to include in this little lesson, but it's never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. If you feel like your idea might be a little out there, peculiar, strange, not gonna work, I promise you there's a stranger idea that has worked. The big thing here is just be thinking of ideas and thinking outside of the box to do things that are important to you that can positively impact our community. So with that, it is time to put our knowledge to the test over community service ideation, and we're gonna hop on a Kahoot. You're able to access this Kahoot link from this screen. Also in the Civic U folder, there's a document all about it. And with that, the last question on the Kahoot is talking about what immediate steps you're going to be completing about community service ideation. So that question is really just a vote. Don't be getting too in your head about what the right answer is, but instead be thinking what you're going to take from this conversation and how you're going to implement it into your life to make our community a better place for everyone. Thank you.